Hi ho, the penis go right into my beehole.
What's wrong with me? Sometimes I even worry about me. Oh my god, I gotta poop so bad. What's up guys, David R1NK, and it's a spooky deck profile number 1 for my Halloween special this entire month. Today's deck profile is Ghostricks, or more correctly, my rank 1 Ghostrick spam. RUMtricks? RUMtricks. That sounds cool. It's actually quite the fun little deck, and I'm enjoying playing it. It's not the most competitive thing in the world, but it does win more than pure Ghostricks, so it's an improvement. Anyway, guys, let's get to the profile. Alright, guys, let's get started. Now, this is a really interesting build of Ghostricks because it pretty much just uses them as hand traps and then just makes a bunch of rank 1 plays. But starting off with the Ghostricks, we do have 3 Ghostrick because she's... it's just one of the best in the deck as far as like actual combos are concerned, because when it's flipped up, you search one, and because it's normally going to be the only one on board, you end up searching any of the level 1s in the deck, because you search, one for however many Ghostricks are face up on the field currently, and the great one to grab is your single one-off Spectre, because when the Ghostrick sheet would be destroyed, because it's probably getting flipped by battle, it searches this thing activates, plays itself to the field, and you draw a card. Basically, the rest of it are just a bunch of level 1s that go off when you do certain things, and the rest of the monsters are pretty much to accommodate the rank 1 plays with your Big One Warrior, your Tetsudo R1NK, your Jester Conflict, and the one-off Mystic Piper. I have been testing the Jet Synchron because it can recur from the graveyard. I've yet to actually get it off, but the idea is that you discard it with something like Big One Warrior, and then you get all the advantage. You got your Gem Knight Lazuli because it's another level 1 to go with your Brilliant Fusions. And you've got Yugioh to let you get some graveyard recursion, which is actually really good with your one-off Piper, making you able to use Piper over and over and over again. Because I have the Lazulis, we do have the 3 Brilliant Fusion, which is one of the reasons why we have a Piper in the deck, because it gives us a light target, because we actually want Big One Warrior in the hand. So Piper is a great target to center the grave, and then we got all these Where Are Thous in order to get to the Yugioh, and then this is already set up for us to get all the draws, and because you'd be summoning Gem Knight Seraphinite off of that, you get the extra normal summon, so you're not just wasting a rank 1 opportunity by summoning back your Piper and then tributing it, and then you only have 1 level 1 on the board. You can normal summon, I don't know, one of the Ghostricks if you have another Ghostrick, or maybe Confit, a special summon, or something like that, so you have the options. Because this is a RUMtricks deck, we have all of the, we got the Argent Chaos Force and the one-off Rank Up Magic. The 7th one, we actually can't resolve Rank Up Magic Argent Force. It doesn't actually do anything, but what it does do is when you summon a rank, 5 or higher, and if this thing's in the graveyard, it adds itself back to the hand. And the way you summon your 99 Utopic Dragon is you summon it over Utopia Roots by discarding this thing, goes to the grave, this thing is the field, and this thing activates, adds itself back to the hand, so you didn't actually waste any advantage. So you can then use this thing's effect to summon back maybe another Dead Roots or something and go into another one. You have this in the hand in order to do it. Just a lot of fun combos. And then the 7th one's really cool. It's probably the best top deck in the entire game. It's so sacky. And the cool thing about this deck is, because we're running Utopic Dragon and our Hope Zexal, we don't have to worry about opening this thing and being super dead, because we still have it as a function. But you do really want to top deck this thing, because going into C101 is just amazing. The only other interesting things I can say about the deck, there's some cool interaction between your Brilliant Fusion, because it lets you mill your Piper, like I said before, or your Tetsudo R1NK, because we have both the Gem Knight Amethyst and Gem Knight Seraphinite in here, so we have those options together. The Instant Fusion lets get our newly unlimited Thousand Eyes Restrict, which has actually come in handy quite a bit, because it lets you kind of suck up an opponent's monster along the way, just, taking 1 more card off their side of the field and then just racking up with it so you don't get stuck in its own stun effect. And even if you can't go into Utopic Dragon, Roots is not a bad one to end on, because it does keep your things like Tetsudo R1NK alive, so your opponent has actually a really hard time getting around it. Because the biggest thing with Tetsudo R1NK is it's not very good in attack mode, and it's okay in defense mode, and your opponent can normal summon a monster with 19 or 2,000 attack. They can just jam over it, and then main phase 2 make all their special summon plays, but with Roots on board, they really start running out of options in order to get rid of this thing. And then you can actually normal summon it in attack mode and not be such a big deal. Other fun things are because sometimes Piper leaves you with no monsters, you do have all the Ghostricks, and where they come in handy is when your opponent tries to attack you directly, you can summon in the field, you can book them in it with your Jack Frost, or just, negate the attack with Lantern. And you can use Ghostrick Mary if you take any battle damage to summon Gangshi from the deck. The other cool thing is, where Arthau makes you take damage at the end of the turn, so that will also trip your Ghostrick Mary. So it's kind of a fun little interaction there. And then, like I said before, the main point of the extra deck is to summon 99, because it's really big, it's got a cool little effect, and if it's ever targeted by monster effects, it can detach and negate that, and that's not once per turn, so you can detach, negate, and destroy, a couple of rank 4s, whatever your opponent's trying to do to get rid of this thing, so that's a nifty little thing. And if we can get, like, Hope Zexel on board and maybe Tatsudo Rot Newman, your opponent is going to run out of options in order to actually do anything really quick. Alright guys, that was the deck. Now let's see how it duels. Alright, this first one's against Gadgets. Most of these duels I don't end up actually winning because it's Ghostricks. What do you expect from me? However, what it does do is it does lose with style, so you got to give the deck that thing. In this instance, I opened pretty good, and I managed to go into my Tetsudo Rot Newman and my Roots, which did actually stun him quite a bit because he's got his, Cyber Dragon and his Machina Fortress, which he couldn't actually really do anything with, and I actually thought I might have had him, but he sacks me with a gold gadget. He just needed a monster, and he suicides it just to clear my board. Oh, I really couldn't come back from that. I'm not entirely positive why he didn't summon his Machina Fortresses. I don't know if he was trying not to just dump his hand or what, but because he didn't do that, I assumed that he couldn't use anything that he was using. This Ties of the Brethren also, that was a neat little combo that he did. Let's just get his gadgets off and get all of them on the board, which is, that's fun. I'll give him that one. And so I have the Ghostrick Lantern, which kind of keeps him from finishing me off, which I'm not exactly sure why I chained it to the first attack. However, he spent a lot of life points in order to simply try to, like, OTK me next turn or whatever. I don't know why he didn't go into his Machina Fortresses. But, it's okay, it's okay. I might got this. I might have this. Absolutely not. And at this point, I've thoroughly lost this duel, despite the fact I did actually get to open my little Wombo combo, so that was the only reason why I ended up showing this. Plus, this ending's kind of funny. He uses Palparative to put my guy in attack mode with 0 attack, and then smack over me with lightning for 5k. I just thought it was funny. Okay, this next one I think is Dark Magician's. It could be Dark Magician Girl. He didn't get that far. So anyway, I managed to open that 1-for-1 again. 1-for-1 is amazing. And honestly, even without it, I tend to open the Roots Newman combo pretty reliably. And here he is trying to normal summon Dark Magician Girl over his Knights and Sorcerer just to get around Newman. Did not help him. Piper, and he quits. Now, I think this one was Dark Magician Girl, but now that I'm actually watching the replay, it's just a really bad build of Dark Magicians. Which, now that I see this, I'm a little upset with myself. But I did manage to open the freaking tits. Like, this makes the deck look so damn good. And, ooh yeah, even get the little Where Art Thou combo off with Mary, get my Yangshi out of the deck. I am all set. And he's like, alright, I'm gonna slam over that. I'm like, no. So all the other crap in his hand is particularly useless. So I'm like, alright, here we go. Let's see what we can do. Go into Utopia, or is that Hope Zexel? So that I can hopefully keep him from doing anything on his turn, which does pretty thoroughly stop his DMG girls. So yeah, I end up winning because he quit. And oh boy, this one's against Cleese. Demise Cleese, actually. Let me swap that real quick. Whoop. And I actually put up a solid fight against this deck. Here I am using the Amethyst instead of the other guy. Ooh, no! Such a good card. Boink. I didn't really care that he bounced that, but we really actually don't care about the Gem Knight fusions. They're just there to mill stuff out the deck. If you can actually use them as monsters, then all the better. And the deck's normal summon from Seraphonite is kind of useful, I guess. And, ooh, here I am learning my lesson in Cleese, because it's been a long time since I played against them. I can't actually negate those attacks, because my rank or level is lower than the normal, or tribute summoned or special summoned stupid Clee. So here I am actually having a really bad problem with this, because my deck doesn't have a very good response for monster that's unaffected by my card effects. I pretty much have to get into Utopic Dragon, which is proving to be difficult because rank up magic sucks. It's super bricky and totally doesn't have a search card. Oh, Black or Raid Raptors can search it. Yeah, they have a battle recruiter that can search it. That's terrible. The other one only gets quick plays, and again, it's some really weird situational search. They're effectively unsearchable. So when they actually get a search card for generic rank ups, then I think we'll actually be in business here, because I would have been able to deal with all this, not counting this just absolute nightmare of back row here. But yeah, you know, I just still put up a fight and I still had fun, and he didn't manage to just completely destroy me right out of the gate, which, you know, is really important because Demise Cleaves is a good deck. It's a meta deck. It's not tier 1 necessarily. It's more anti-meta, but it's certainly a deck that is currently being used to a greater extent than what mine is being used as. So it was good to see that I can actually at least pace the thing for 10 or 11 turns, or however long it took for him to actually beat me. Ugh, piercing damage, yuck. But I managed to get that Miri off, which is actually turning out to be pretty decent. I'm finding more and more little uses for it. That Gem Knight Lazuli in my hand's killing me. Makes that Brilliant Fusion dead. Here I am, like, oh cool, look at all the plays I can make that don't really help me. I gotta pretty much hope for Regeki, and I didn't get it. That's what Princess Sprout's great for, hoping you get your top deck. And then I just killed myself because I couldn't actually win. Alright, and this... wait. What? No! No! Oh my god, no! Oh my god, tell me there's like a thing in the middle of these. There totally is. Oh my god. Maybe there wasn't on Joey. Oh, there was. I'm just an idiot. Yeah. Alright.